Hello and welcome to my channel, your go-to source for the latest in WWE 24. Don't forget to follow and subscribe for all the updates. Let's dive right in.
Nick Aldis took a massive shot at an injured WWE star today on social media. Aldis currently serves as the general manager of SmackDown every Friday night on the USA Network. Robert Stone, the general manager of NXT, issued a warning to Nick Aldis today. He noted that Blake Monroe was on her way to WWE SmackDown and shared an image of Aldis hitting him with a clothesline back in the day. Stone warned Aldis that dealing with Blake Monroe is going to hurt as much as the clothesline. And you can check out his message in the Instagram post below. At Nick Aldis having to be on SmackDown / Blake Monroe is gonna hurt you as much as this clothesline hurt me, he wrote. Aldis responded to Stone's message, noting that he is prepared, having had to deal with Chelsea Green on SmackDown. I've been forged in the Chelsea Green fire, he wrote. Chelsea Green is currently out of action with an ankle injury. The hot mess has not competed since her Elimination Chamber qualifying match on the February 6th edition of SmackDown. Major WWE star wants to fight Nick Aldis. Former World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre recently made it known that he wanted to fight Nick Aldis. Speaking with Chris Van Vliet on the Insight podcast, the Scottish Warrior teased a future match against the SmackDown GM and suggested that there should be no rules. McIntyre lost an unsanctioned match to Jacob Fatu at WrestleMania 42. Fatu will be challenging Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash 2026 on May 9th. So when the time is right, be it Mania, be after Mania. I think we should have a match, and I don't think there should be any sanctioning around it. I don't think anyone should be allowed to interfere. He tapes up the fists. He's been up in the ring a long time. He thinks he can go with a 4-time former world champion in WWE in the big leagues, said Drew. It will be interesting to see if Nick Aldis ever decides to return to the ring in the promotion. In the ever-evolving landscape of WWE, where storylines blur the lines between reality and scripted drama, moments of controversy often become the fuel that keeps fans engaged. Recently, one such moment has sparked intense debate across the wrestling world, as Nick Aldis took a major verbal shot at an injured WWE superstar, an action that has divided fans and raised questions about respect, storytelling, and the boundaries of sports entertainment. The segment that sparked it all. During a recent episode of WWE programming, Nick Aldis, who has been steadily establishing himself as an authority figure with a sharp tongue and no-nonsense attitude, delivered a promo that quickly gained traction online. While addressing the current state of the roster and ongoing rivalries, Aldis shifted his focus toward an injured star who has been absent from in-ring competition. Without holding back, Aldis questioned the resilience, dedication, and even the legacy of the sideline superstar. His words were pointed, calculated, and clearly designed to provoke not only the absent wrestler but also the WWE universe watching at home. Fans immediately took to social media, with reactions ranging from praise for Aldis's boldness to criticism over what many perceived as a disrespectful jab at someone unable to respond physically. Blurring reality and storyline. In professional wrestling, the line between scripted storytelling and real-life tension is intentionally thin. Aldis's comments walked that line carefully. On one hand, his remarks fit perfectly within the framework of a heel, villainous, authority figure, someone who thrives on controversy and thrives even more on being disliked. On the other hand, targeting an injured performer introduces a layer of realism that can feel uncomfortable for fans. Historically, WWE has used real-life injuries as part of storyline development. From dramatic returns to redemption arcs, injuries often become pivotal plot devices. However, directly criticizing an injured wrestler, especially in a harsh or mocking tone, can risk alienating audiences if not handled carefully. Aldis seemed fully aware of this risk. His delivery was confident, almost cold, as he leaned into the role of a man who values performance above all else. In doing so, he positioned himself as someone who sees injury not as an unfortunate setback, but as a weakness. The target, an absent star with a strong legacy. Although Aldis did not hold back, The injured superstar he referenced is far from a minor figure in WWE. Known for their resilience, championship pedigree, and strong fan following, the absence of this star has left a noticeable gap in the roster. This made Aldis's comments even more impactful. He wasn't targeting a fringe performer, he was calling out someone whose presence commands respect. By doing so, Aldis effectively elevated the segment, ensuring it would be discussed not just as a throwaway promo, but as a meaningful storyline development. Fans who support the injured star were quick to defend them, highlighting past achievements and pointing out that injuries are an unavoidable part of wrestling. Others, however, appreciated the realism and intensity Aldis brought, arguing that his comments added depth to WWE's current narratives. A strategic move for character development. From a storytelling perspective, Aldis's remarks may serve a larger purpose. WWE often plants the seeds for future rivalries long before they materialize in the ring. By publicly criticizing an injured superstar, Aldis could be laying the groundwork for a high-profile feud once that star returns. Imagine the scenario. The injured wrestler makes a dramatic comeback, fueled not only by the desire to reclaim their position but also by a personal vendetta against Aldis. The tension built during this period of absence would make their eventual confrontation even more compelling. This kind of long-term storytelling is something WWE has leaned into more heavily in recent years. Rather than rushing into feuds, the company has focused on building anticipation, and Aldis's controversial promo fits perfectly into that approach. Fan reactions. Divided but engaged. The wrestling community thrives on debate, and this situation is no exception. Social media platforms have been flooded with opinions, memes, and analysis of Aldis's comments. Supporters of Aldis argue that his promo was exactly what WWE needs more of: authentic, hard-hitting dialogue that feels unscripted and emotionally charged. They see his willingness to cross lines as a refreshing change from more predictable segments. Critics, however, believe there's a fine line between compelling storytelling and unnecessary disrespect. For them, targeting an injured performer, someone who cannot immediately respond, feels like cheap heat rather than meaningful character work. Regardless of where fans stand, one thing is clear: Aldis has succeeded in getting people to talk. And in the world of professional wrestling, that's often the ultimate goal. The psychology behind the promo. Aldis's approach can also be analyzed from a psychological standpoint. By attacking someone who is not present, he positions himself as dominant and unchallenged. It's a classic tactic used by antagonists across various forms of entertainment. At the same time, it creates a sense of anticipation. Fans begin to imagine how the injured star will respond upon their return. Will they address the comments directly? Will they seek revenge? Or will they take a more strategic approach? This uncertainty keeps audiences invested, turning a single promo into an ongoing narrative thread. WWE's history with controversial promos. This isn't the first time WWE has ventured into controversial territory. Over the years, the company has produced countless promos that push boundaries, sometimes referencing real-life events, injuries, or personal struggles. What sets Aldis's segment apart is its timing and delivery. In an era where fans are more connected and vocal than ever, every word spoken on WWE programming is dissected and analyzed in real time. Aldis embraced this reality, delivering a promo that felt tailored for the modern wrestling audience. One that thrives on discussion and debate. What this means moving forward. Looking ahead, the implications of Aldis's comments could be significant. If WWE follows through on this storyline, it could lead to one of the most emotionally charged feuds in recent memory. The injured superstar's return would instantly become a major event, with fans eager to see how they address Aldis's remarks. Whether it results in a one-on-one match, a larger storyline involving multiple competitors, or even a shift in Aldis's role within WWE, the possibilities are wide open. Additionally, this moment reinforces Aldis's position as a key figure in WWE programming. By taking such a bold stance, he has solidified his character as someone unafraid to speak his mind, regardless of the consequences. The fine line between heat and respect. One of the ongoing challenges in professional wrestling is balancing heat, negative reactions from fans, with respect for performers. Aldis's promo walks this line carefully, and its success ultimately depends on how it is followed up. If the storyline leads to a meaningful payoff, such as a compelling feud or a memorable match, fans are more likely to view the segment as a smart creative decision. If not, it risks being seen as a moment that crossed a line without purpose. WWE's creative team will need to ensure that this angle evolves in a way that justifies its intensity.